All right, now we want to address some common faults that we see when people are cleaning with a barbell. We're going to start from the bottom and just work our way up on a couple of things we'd like to see changed. So, common fault from the floor. Pulling the barbell around your knees instead of drawing your knees back as you rise. All right, you want to force your knees to move out of the way while keeping your hips loaded. All right, you don't want to yank the barbell around you. Your arms are simply holding on to the weight. You're not going to manipulate the barbell by pulling your arms up. So you're just going to rise with your shoulders. Your knees are going to go back. Push them out of the way, keeping tension on your hamstrings. Okay? Another one we see is what we call the stripper deadlift or the stripper lift. Okay, this is when people immediately pop their butt up and they're just left to a back extension here. All right, they've taken their legs out of the equation. So you want to have the same back angle until that barbell starts passing your knees. Okay, shoulders rise first, keeping those hips loaded. You don't want to pop that butt up and all you have left is a back extension. So again, fault. All right, and he's going to do one good one. One more. Shoulders rise, back angle stays the same. Good. Okay. Now, working our way up, going into the second pull as we pass the knees. Another common fault we see are people doing a big row or arm bend into their hips. All right, so instead of getting the barbell to the hips or the top of the thigh while extending at the hips, they actually pull the barbell in with their arms, and that's a big fault. You're losing all of your power once your arms bend. We want to use our hips and legs as much as possible. So, one bad one, rowing in, yanking on the barbell with your arms, bad. One good one. Extending with the hips, arms stay straight. Good. All right, and last but not least, the third pull. This is when you receive the barbell. So another common fault we see is the reverse curl. All right, people front curling the barbell in front of their bodies instead of making a straight path from the hips on top of the shoulder. All right, your elbows should go behind you. Good, and you should be rotating around the barbell. All right, we don't move the barbell around our bodies, we manipulate our bodies around the bar. Good, so see how he whips his elbows around, gets underneath it, okay? Another common fault we see in the third pull is the, again, receiving position, okay? Some people catch in their arms instead of receiving in the rack position, all right? So right now, all the weight is being distributed in his wrist, all right? Don't want to do that. Your upper back, your shoulders are much stronger. You should receive in a full rack position, elbows completely up, just a couple fingers to stabilize the barbell. You don't want to receive with a full grip on the bar and the weight distributed in your wrists, okay? And last but not least, the ugly muscle clean, where people are afraid to get back down to a front squat. So instead of pulling themselves under and down, they pull the barbell up. Ugly, okay? Again, we're manipulating ourselves around the barbell. So once you reach full extension, once that barbell reaches its peak height, you pull yourself down. You're not pulling the barbell up to your shoulders. Think about pulling yourself down. One more time. Pull yourself down. Good. Two more common faults we see in the clean, in the receiving position, is catching the bar while still fully extended at the hips. Okay. Good. So Taylor's leaning back. It actually gets a little worse than that when you speed it up. You kind of catch while you're falling backwards. You end up going up on your toes. Your hips are totally open. Once you reach that peak extension from your hips, you go on your toes. You want to drop back down and land with flat feet. Okay? You want to push your hips back. Think of it just like landing after jumping. All right? You never land on your toes arching backwards. You want to land flat-footed with your hips back, recoiling at the knees. And one more time, bad clean. Catch him back on his toes, full extended. And one more good receiving position. Okay? Another really annoying, whether it's clean or snatches, is watching the clock while you're lifting. Look forward, face your audience.